Aitah for canceling my sister-in-law's engagement photos because her fiancé told my brother-in-law he can't stand me. Story 1. Day. So I 29F am a photographer and my sister-in-law 21F, let's call her Alyssa, and her 24M fiancé, Brandon, had asked me to take their engagement photos. I initially agreed and was happy about it. I offered help with styling, scouted locations and everything. Let me add here that Brandon had always seemed to just be the shy and quiet kid who kept to himself ever since he was introduced to us 2 years ago. I never had a clue he actually hates me and my husband. A lot. This isn't the first time I felt a little awkward tension between Brandon and I, but Alyssa let me know that he did like me and I was overthinking it. This was about a month ago now. My brother-in-law 28M Cole just called us to let me know about his weekend plans, asked to hang, the average conversation. But then was like, oh man, I gotta tell you that Brandon really let it be known that he can't stand you guys at dinner with everyone, and he really thinks you are the most annoying people in the family. Cole had also said that Brandon had mentioned that he was thankful that Cole and their dad were at least normal, unlike the rest of us who annoy the living heck out of him. So basically the rest of us are trash. I am highly offended by this. This is the most blindsided I've ever been by someone who is actively seeking something for free from me. I am not just a freelance photographer, I am a luxury wedding photographer in a large city. This is my career, and also someone who is going to be in my family. Brandon also had said some not no nice things about my husband while on this rant about us, and I'm having a hard time not making a phone call directly to the source to confront this. I will always defend my own, immediately, but must say I'm conflicted in causing family conflicts right before 2 large weddings are about to happen soon. Part of me feels extremely guilty and sad for Alyssa, because I do like her. We've never been extremely sisterly or close, but she's always been sweet, and it really hurts that she was basically right there while Brandon sits letting everyone know that he has such a problem with us just days before this engagement session. I really don't think I could show up on Sunday and play pretend after hearing that I am so annoying and the worst to be around. Would I be the asshole for canceling this session while also letting her know that I would not have hurt feelings if they didn't want me there at all, as I am now uncomfortable to be around them? Our advice. Tangna, you're definitely not the asshole for canceling the engagement session given the circumstances. It's understandable that you feel hurt and uncomfortable after learning about Brandon's negative feelings towards you and your husband, especially when you were about to provide a professional service for them. It's important to prioritize your own feelings and well-being, especially in a professional context. You have every right to decline to work with clients who make you uncomfortable or disrespect you. It's considerate of you to offer an out for Alyssa if she wants to go a different direction with the photography, given the circumstances. In terms of family dynamics, it's a tricky situation, but ultimately you have to take care of yourself and set boundaries when necessary. If you choose to address Brandon's comments directly with him, or with Alyssa, do so in a calm and respectful manner, focusing on how you feel rather than starting a confrontation. First comment. NTA. Fellow photographer here, and this made me irate to read. First, this guy feels comfortable enough to trash you in front of your own family, so don't feel bad about outing his bullshit. He's bold AF. Your sil is an ass for asking you to do something for free for someone who actively hates you. She doesn't even ask him to tone it down, and he feels just fine talking shit. Next, you are so annoying but not so when they can get your services for free. He will be face to face with all damn day while shit talking you in his head. I can't tell you how many times I bent backward, did things for free for people, and then be tossed aside once they got what they needed. I'm willing to bet that it will happen here. Value yourself and your craft. It goes above these relationships with shitty users. Tell Sil now. Tell her that you are no longer comfortable doing the session, knowing that her fiancé has badmouthed you and your husband, and that she should find another photographer. Any guilting should be met with the statement, I highly doubt you would work for free for someone who actively hates you and your partner, while the other actively covered it. I was gifting both of you this session, and you found it fit to humiliate me by making me think otherwise of the both of you while getting a free service. Don't engage any further. No is no. Anyone who gives you guilt is free to help pay for their session with another photographer. If they univite you for the wedding, good. Spend your precious time and money elsewhere. Second comment. NTA. Hi Alyssa and Brandon. It's been brought to my attention that Brandon has been saying some unkind things about husband and I, and has made it known that he dislikes us intensely. Due to this, I am no longer able to take your engagement photos as I would not want to make Brandon uncomfortable, and I want you both to have happy memories of your engagement shoot, given how Brandon feels about me. My presence at your shoot would likely only serve to annoy him and ruin his experience. I hope you both find a new photographer and have a wonderful shoot. I would be happy to give you some recommendations for photographers if you would like, although you will, of course, have to pay them. All the best, Op. That's what I would say. If they go squawking to the family about no longer being able to use you while shit-talking you, you can forward the message to any flying monkeys. It makes it clear it is about them having a positive experience, and offering recommendations makes it harder for them to try and make you the villain. Story 2. ETL. Aitah for breaking up with my BF after he allegedly helped my drunk friend at the club. I'm not a clubbing kind of girl. My BF loves clubbing a lot. I've gone to a few clubs with him, but I usually let him do his thing because it wasn't fun at all for me. My friend Alyssa is also a clubber. She's usually there like 4 to 5 times a week, which is crazy to me. So last weekend I went over to my BF's apartment and I found Alyssa sleeping in his bed with my BF not in the apartment. I have a key to his apartment and was supposed to go over there at 11, but I was a bit early. When I woke her up, she told me it wasn't what it looked like. She said she just got really drunk and may have been drugged, and my BF let her crash because the club was close to his apartment. My BF came back home and he also scrambled to say it wasn't what it looked like. He said they couldn't take her to the hospital because she couldn't afford, and she had drugs in her system. He swore he slept on the couch. Honestly, they were tripping over themselves to explain that it wasn't what it seemed. I don't believe them. So I broke up with my BF. Now our friends are begging me to give a second chance and saying my BF was a good guy. Aitah? Our advice. You're definitely not the asshole for breaking up with your boyfriend based on what you saw and how you felt. Trust is a fundamental part of any relationship, and if you don't believe their explanation, it's okay to make decisions that feel right for you. Your friends may have good intentions, but ultimately, this is about what makes you comfortable and secure in your relationships. Trust your instincts and take the time you need to process everything. First comment, NTA. So a fossil, but even I would have first thing in this situation called my partner and told them immediately what was happening. I'd have also asked them to meet me at my place to help me with their friend. Sue, no contact at all while on the way there, as soon as they got to BF's, as soon as the friend was in the bed, or that morning assuming BF fell asleep on the couch. Has your BF shown frequently that he has less common sense than a gnat? So at this point, regardless if they did or didn't jump each other, the bottom line is they handled it extremely poorly and made it a situation where a reasonable person would think as it looked like quacked like a duck, it is indeed a duck. Let's be very real here. If the situation was you were half drunk, brought home a friend of your BF's because they too drunk drugged high, didn't bother to contact BF, and he walked into your apartment the next morning unexpectedly early to find the BF in your bed, how do you think your BF would have reacted? You are the one in this relationship and you can break up for any or no reason whatsoever. Your life, your choice to end a relationship where the lack of self-preservation is so lacking. Second comment. As someone who has been in this situation, drugged at a party. Friend took me to his place because mine was an hour transit away. Slept in the bed while he slept on the bed while he slept on the floor. Fiance found us, though she was more understanding, and even checked me out. She's a nurse. I would give them the benefit of a doubt. You showed up half an hour to 20 minutes before expected. He was out and would be back by the time you got there. But she likely still would have been at his place at that time, as she was fully sleeping. If it was cheating, I feel he would have had her leave right away before you could show up. Unless he's really stupid, or literally wanted to get caught. She was also fully clothed. Yes, wearing his sweatpants, but likely because she was cold or for modesty given how revealing clubbing outfits can be. This again makes me think it wasn't a cheating thing. No one wants to wear something strappy and uncomfortable to sleep. If it was cheating, I'd have expected to find her maybe in one of his t-shirts and little else. As for the no texting, yeah, that sucks. But my friend also didn't text his fiance when this happened to me, because he was more concerned about getting me somewhere safe and holding my hair while I puked. He also woke me up every hour to make sure I was alive and okay because we didn't know what I'd been drugged with or how much. I also didn't text my partner at the time, who ended up calling me in the morning terrified because I hadn't come home. In emergencies, you get tunnel vision. The fact that their stories were the same without them collaborating on them is also something that makes me think this wasn't cheating. Unless they rehearsed the night before or morning of, and even then, it's hard to remember elaborate lies in tandem and give the same story as another person. NTA, because you're allowed to break up with someone at any time for any reason. But I honestly think there's